But for now, let me touch on this real quick here. And this is just an observation that I've had over time. This is, again, me coming out of the Hebrew world. Have you guys noticed this? And I found this to be quite interesting. This is something I touched on a while back, and I'm still seeing it because it's still coming on my timeline. That's the only reason why I'm commenting on it now. It's very interesting, the amount of people in the Hebrew space. Again, I'm only commenting on it because I be telling YouTube, listen, I ain't really interested, and it still be coming up. So I'm okay. Come up. I might as well talk about it. It's very interesting how in the Hebrew world, the Hebrew space, I'm seeing a lot of people who are Pastor so-and-so, Pastor Moray, or Apostle so-and-so. I'm seeing all the bishop. I'm seeing all these people who are somehow maintaining their authoritative titles that they had in the church, and they're just bringing it over to the Hebrew space. And that's why I call this section, Are You Asking Questions? Or is any of you who are still consider yourself part of that space, are you asking questions on that? I mean, you're addressing these people as apostle, as pastor, as minister, as prophet, as prophetess, as whatever, bishop or whatever. But how did they earn that title and you're not part of their church? In other words, you just listening to them on YouTube, just like you're listening to me. And so what we noticed, and this was a long time ago, what we were noticing was that you had a lot of people who were coming out of failed ministries, churches that they couldn't keep up because all the preaching they were doing couldn't keep the money up. So a lot of their ministries end up going belly up or failed, or maybe they got kicked out. And what we began to notice is that many of these people, I'm talking leaders, they got on YouTube and they say, hey, wait a minute, this whole YouTube thing, this whole Hebrew thing is becoming, it's the thing now. This thing on and popping. Maybe we need to get on here and start a channel. But they said, make sure you keep that apostle title, though. Make sure you keep that bishop title. Make sure you keep that pastor title, though. You got to make sure you keep that because they got to know who you were when you came out of the church. You know what I'm saying? You got to, and they try to bring that thing right on over. And you got gullible people Negroes out here that just go right along. That's right, pastor, whatever you say. Why are you calling them pastor? Why are you calling them that? Shouldn't they earn that title? Why are you calling them apostle? Apostle, to my knowledge, is someone who go and plant multiple ministries. I've seen this in the church. You got people calling themselves apostle. How many churches you got under you, brother? Just one right now. We got, but I'm praying for the other ones. I'm praying to get some more. So you got a whole portal system, just like in the college in the college sports world of athletes that are just putting the flag up and saying, hey, listen, I was a running back on this school. Let me be a running back for your school. Now you got preachers right now, failed preachers that are saying, hey, I was a pastor in this church, in this space. Let me be a pastor to you, or let me be an apostle to you, or let me be a minister to you, or let me be a reverend to you. So my question to you tonight, are you asking questions? Are you even bothering to ask questions? Or are you just content with the content or what these people are putting in your faces? See, if you want to be free, the first thing you got to do is you got to loose yourself from the bondages that had you in bondage in the first place. You understand what I'm saying? And many of you got free from the church, but you went right back into another copy of it. And that's the Hebrew world. It's the same thing. It's literally the same thing. Again, I was talking to the brother today, and we were saying this. I said, it's the church. It's the church all over again. Same gossiping, same kind of posturing, same kind of don't follow this person. They're going to lead you to hell. Listen to me because I'm just a poor, innocent person here. And I'm just trying to tell y'all the truth and all that. And make sure you hit that. And it's just, It's the same stuff. It's literally the same stuff. It's the same stuff, family. So when next time when you see this kind of stuff, I want you to start really asking questions. Some people are just addicted. I saw Darlene saying bondage. That's right. Another copy of it. Right. It's bondage. Some of our, or I would say a lot of our people are addicted to bondage. That's all you know. That's all you know is bondage. The idea or the notion of actually thinking for yourself or questioning things. For example, there are points and things that we raise here. People are scared to even talk about this stuff publicly. And so what they're doing is they know, okay, he may be on to something, but instead of them using their own discernment, they got to get a consensus from other YouTube channels. Well, if this YouTube channel says what he's saying, then okay, I think I'm okay with it. And if this apostle says it, then I think I'm okay with it. And all this, instead of you taking the initiative and you doing your own research and coming to your own conclusion. You understand what I'm saying? And that's how it should be. That's why I tell people all the time, don't just take my word for it. Look this stuff up on your own. Look it up for yourself. Don't just take my word for it. And so, yeah, there is a real preacher portal that's out there. And it's just very interesting to sit back and watch how a lot of these people who, like I said, in many cases came out of failed ministries. Clearly they're failed ministries, because if their ministries were winning, they wouldn't have a need to go into the Hebrew space. But now they got to make sure they're maintaining all that stuff. And then they'll change their titles a little bit. But they're still going to remind you, when I was in the church world, remember, I was elder now. And when you address me, you make sure you address me. It's something, man. It's really something, man. It's really something.